As devised by the experience of the great mystics, one is able to bring the mind which is materially absorbed under control. This is the way of chanting the habit of the mind. The mind is not to be killed, mind or desire cannot be stopped, but to develop a desire to function for spiritual realization. The quality of the engagement by the mind has to be changed. The mind is pivoted on the active sense organ. And as such, if the quality of thinking, feeling and willing is changed, naturally the quality of action by the instrumental senses will also change. Omkara is the seed of all translation sound, and it is only the translation sound which can bring about the desired change of the mind and the senses. Even a mentally deranged man can be cured by the transcendental treatment of the translational sound. In Bhagavad Gita, the Pranava, Omkara, has been accepted as the direct, literal representation of Supreme Absolute Truth. One who is not able to chant directly the holy name of the Lord, as recommended above, can easily chant the Pranava, Omkara. This Omkara is a note of address, such as O my Lord, just as Om Hari Om means O my Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As we have explained before, the Lord holy name is identical with the Lord himself. So also is the Omkara. But persons who are unable to realize the translational personal form of or the name of the Lord on account of their imperfect senses, in other words, the neophytes, are trained to the practice of self-realization by this mechanical process of regulating the breathing function and simultaneously repeating the pranav, Omkara, within the mind, as we have several times expressed. Since the transcendental name, form, attribute, pastime, etc. of the personality of God are impossible to understand with the present material senses, it is necessary that through the mind, the center of sensual activities, such a transcendental realization to be set into motion. The devotee directly fix their mind on the presence of the absolute truth. But one who is unable to accommodate such personal feature of the absolute is displaced, is disciplined in the impersonality to train the mind to make further progress. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashalakya Chakshurumilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopitam Swapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadampitam Padampiam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivata Padakamam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagana Raghunatam Mitam Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Visakham Cha Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namadha Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusuri Devi Pranamami Haripre Panchakalpatirupita Kripa Sundevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamaline Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangriye. Hare Krishna, welcome once again for Nityam Bhagavad Sevya. Today we will be reciting second canto, first chapter, 70 sloka. Very, very interesting one. There are many people, neophyte devotees, they'll ask, why can't we chant other names like Om Namo Bhagavate, Om Namo Narayana, Jai Ram. So there are so many Lord's holy names are there, why can't we chant? So we will get an answer for this. What is the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? And also in this purpose, Prabhupada was elaborately discussing about the Omkara. What do you mean by that and how potential it is? So all these details, things we will get to know today's class. Hare Krishna. So let's go on to that. So in the yesterday Sunday class, we heard about sloka number 16. One should have leave the home and practice self-control. In a sacred place, you should bathe regularly and sit down in a lonely place duly sanctified. So that is the one it is advised to go and how to start our life. for renunciation. So today we will be talking about the control the mind by chanting. So by mechanical way of Omkara, we chant it and bringing back into control. After chanting, he should focus on Brahman, the Supreme Lord. If you see Dhruva Maharaj's story also, it is very similar. When he left the home, he met the Narada Muni and Narada Muni, he asked that, how can I meet Narayana? Then he said that you have to chant the mantra. So he asked him to go to Madhuvan and bathe 3 times. And then sit in a one place, and Dhruva Maharaj went and he stood up. So and achieved stability. Here asana means stability, we can say that, constant. It's not only necessary, it is not necessary that you have to sit and do the stable, even you can do that. So since the Dhruva was not in a position to wait for 7 days like Parikshit Maharaj, he wants immediate result. So he started standing posture only and start meditating and achieve the stability. Triveda Brahmaksharam. So there are 3 Brahmaksharams are there. A, U, M. So if you want to pronounce it, it will be So you get to know that it is the Omkar mantra. This is the first step of God realization. Ashtanga Yoga says this. In Ashtanga Yoga, we know how to get the dhyana, so how to meditate. So here the Dhruva means he is focused and determined. So such a person, that's why he is able to do that. So Yama means leave the home. First they left the place, and Niyama means go to the forest and bathe 3 times. Narada Muni is saying that, 3 times bathe. And asana, so he was standing in posture and he was meditating on Lord. And pranayama, so in the here pranayama, he was regulating the food habits, and the Dhruva's mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshakari mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this mantra Narada asked Dhruva to pronounce and take control on that. Pratyahara, then comes dhyana. Dhyana of the yoga practice Paddhati, the Bhagavad Gita says that in chapter 6. The same thing is Narada also telling to Dhruva. Slowly he stable the image of the Lord in his heart. So Dharana, he saw the Lord, and Samadhi. Nothing else is important. Dhruva Maharaj says that, now I want to see the devotee who glorify you. So actually when he came, he wanted to take land which is bigger than his grandfather, that is Brahma. But after seeing the darshan of that, he was saying that I was looking for a broken glass, but I got a diamond. So this is how the transformation happens. Today's sloka, he is talking about asana and pranayam. So on Sunday class it was covered, and Yama Niyama is being covered on sloka 16, and today's 17th sloka he is covering asana and pranayam. So Omkar. In ISKCON we may not give the explicit importance for the Omkar, but daily we ask people to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was focused. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was arguing with Prabhananda Saraswati. So in Kasi, that Varanasi, you are following the Sripad Shankaracharya. They are Mukta Vakya and Gauna Vakya. So Mukhya Vakya means really important, and Gauna Vakya means less important. So you give extra importance for the Gauna Vakya, which is supposed to be less important. Example is Tat Vam Asti. Here Tat means is that, Swam means you, Asi means are. In English translation it is you are that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Tattvam Asi. Swam means it is not Jivatma, it is the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is a supreme absolute truth. The form of the Lord is Nirguna and not Sarguna or the Mayavadi form. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did accept that Tattvam Asi, but he accepted it as a desire level as it is. Tattvam Asi should not be used for the millions of jivas. It should be used for the millions of avatar and forms of the Lord. So we have to understand that, the exact meaning of it. So Prabhupada Saraswati said that for Gauna Vakya you are given so much importance. This way you have polluted the Vedanta Sutra. The Pranava Mahavakya, the real Mahavakya is Pranava. So we have to understand that, the Lord. Omkar is a form of a Lord and Ishvara Swarupa. Sarveshwara Dham. So Brahma is existent and the Param Brahma is beyond the existence. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was discussing with Prabhupada Saraswati, Omkar is an external existence. Sukadeva Goswami also is highlighting the Brahma Bija. So example, you want to understand this in little more clarity. So if you see the banyan tree, it's a huge tree and it occupies acres of land. That banyan tree seed, if you are able to see the tree inside the seed, one who knows the knowledge. So such people only can see that. So little intelligent and knowledge person can see the three syllables, that is Om. So Sarva Vaishva Dham. Not many people understood it, but there is a need to understand the power of Om. One of the glories of Om is, let us understand how great it is. The Bhaktivedanta purport is say that without Omkara, no Vedic mantra is successful. So even when we do 12 tilak in our body, we add that Om prefix of the Lord's name. Om Keshvaya, Om Madhavaya, Om Govinda, like that. So Omkar is a starting. So Sukadeva Goswami in Bhagavata Sandarbha, he mentioned Omkar is a sound vibration of holy name of the Lord. Only this sound vibration can deliver somebody from clutches of Maya. See how powerful it is. So you know, if you chant the Omkara, it can release you from the clutches of Maya. Why does sound vibrate? And so generally it comes to mind. Whenever we see a neophyte devotee, we say that chant holy name, chant to take this beat, chant 16 rounds. All the things we are going on telling that why we are asked them to chant the mantra, sound vibration. Why is only that sound vibration liberates us from, how come that liberates us from the Maya? So these are the questions always there in the mind of the devotees. Why sound vibration? The neophyte devotee will ask, and devotee will have doubt that how only the sound vibration is capable of us to liberate from the Maya. The first element created in this world, material world, is ether. So devotee should understand. The first element form is the ether. The second sound is for our end is that is the first sound. So sound may in the creation it is the second, but for us we are scared it is because we are part of this creation. So we heard that is the first sound. The reverse process is given in the fourth canto. So Prithu Maharaj's success story is given. Prithu Maharaj leaves the kingdom and goes to the jungle with his wife, and he sits alone and preparing to give up his body. First he accumulates all the liquid particles like blood, everything into the form of water. So that all the liquid substances are merged into the water, and that water it merges with the earth, and from the earth it merges with the fire, from the fire it merges with the air, and finally it merges with the ether. That's how he gave up his body. So it is like for you to easily understand this, when you go out of station, what you do? First you lock the chest, that bureau inside that, no, the jewel chest. That you lock. Then afterwards you lock the bureau. Then you lock your bedroom. Then you lock the hall. Then finally you lock the main door. Then grill door. So many doors you are locking it. Similarly, when you are unlocking it, first you will open the grill gate. Then you go and open the main gate. Then you go to the hall gate. Like that, you will go on. Similarly, here also, when we took the from the ether, the sound is created. The first, our end is that there is in this world is that there is in this world. How can you free from this world, this layer? Like a, so we are inside that material world, Panchabhutas. So earth, water, fire, air and ether. So these are the Panchabhutas. We are, even our body is made out of these Panchabhutas. So you can, when you cut the cabbage, so you will find so many layers are there. So multiple layers in there. If you are in the center and finally you have to pierce through the layer of universe to get the liberation out of this material world. So this is how we get liberated. Our soul is getting transit. So many layers it has to pass through that. It is not that easy to give up the attachment of the first layer. When you give up the attachment of the second layer, third layer like that, the finally comes the, we have to break the ether. So ether, that is possible only with the sound vibration. So that's why we understand that sound vibration is more important, it plays a role. That's why we ask the devotees to chant the vibration, because even to pass through that ether, you need sound vibration. Because the substance that can travel in the medium of in the ether is the sound. The first aurand is the sound, and the last aurand breaks the reverse order also sound. So we all know that. So Vedanta Sutra, the first sutra says that Atato Brahma Jigyasa, and the last sutra says that Anavarti Sapta. So here Anavarti means covering and Anavarti means uncovering. Avarti means covering and Anavarti means uncovering. The first Atatu. So Ata means now you get the human body of life, and the last sutra is that now you have to uncover everything by sound. So Vedanta Sutra says that it is the end of all Vedas. End of Vedanta says you can get liberated by sound. So Vedanta Sutra says you can get liberated by sound. Sometimes devotees from the group, they do some kirtans and all, they call themselves as a group of liberation of sound. So this is the sound is how much important for the liberation. So Omkara is very important. If you see the SrimadBhagavatam 1.1.1, it starts with the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Even Sukadeva Goswami, when he started answering to H.G.Murāri question, he started the 2.1.1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So he pronounced the same mantra. If everything depends on sound, then sound vibration can detach us from the clutches of Maya. So that devotee should understand. Everything is depending on the sound. So today's purpose says that even a crazy person, if he is given a transcendental vibration, he can be cured. Nowadays we see that a lot of children are mentally retarded, mentally disturbed, and they are not normal because of the various reasons. But even that they are unable to treat their children, and parents are suffering because of that. So the only solution is, if you give the sound vibration, that sound vibration will cure them. The Jiva Goswami says that if overall Maya, the 5 kinds of ignorance in the 5th canto, the first ignorance is given in the Jiva Goswami says that the first ignorance given to the Jiva is when it comes from the spiritual world to the material world. It says that I get separated from identity other than Krishna. So we feel that I am independent, my identity is away from the Krishna. Other than Krishna, I am independent. Till he comes from this material world, he is a servant of Krishna. As soon as we forget that I am the servant, so SrimadBhagavatam also says that that is ignorance. That ignorance is that Maya. The second ignorance is that consider I am the body. The third one, ignorance, is that there is nothing beyond death. So people, if you go and doctor say that, after that what? He says that nothing. So this is what the third illusion. The fourth one is I can get enjoyment by using all material objects of sense gratification. So this is what the industries and politicians, everybody is brainwashing and they are promoting that. I can get the enjoyment. So they are saying that you can enjoy this world by all the material objects of the sense gratification. So we have to understand that. I can get enjoyment using. So when you enjoy the temporary sense object and expecting we will get unlimited sense gratification. So this is what one side is, Jiva is a permanent, okay, and the body is a temporary. So when you try to, Jiva cannot enjoy with a permanent. So temporary and permanent cannot mix together. It is a foolishness. We are expecting unlimited sense gratification. How can? Satchit Ananda. So Jivas are, so we are part and parcel of Krishna, so we are Satchit Ananda. Fall into gross foolishness. First ignorance is I forgot the connection with Krishna. So these are the ignorance, are the 5 ignorances given in that 5th canto. The highest Maya, whether I am in spiritual world or material world, I forget Krishna. This highest Maya, the ultimate of it. We say that hype of it. That means I totally forgot about Krishna. So why so many people in this world are suffering? Because they have forgotten the Krishna. Only devotee understands the role of the Krishna. In the material world, the food comes, so okay, it is given in the Bhagavad Gita. I am the seed giving, I am the seed giver. So the seed is coming from Krishna. So he gives the first seed of rice to us. Krishna says, who gave the first seed? That is Krishna only. When he eats, we are getting taste. Who gave the taste? It is Krishna. After eating, the digestive power in the stomach given by, that is also Krishna only. This body also given by Krishna. So I am the ability in man. So material world, everything is Krishna. So similarly, the spiritual world also we are depending on Krishna. This is how we have to understand. We are not independent. We are depending on Krishna. And that's why we have to be, we should not forget Krishna. That's always a quote. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. In a situation where we are independent of Krishna, when we are no way independent of Krishna, so there is no chance at all for independent of Krishna. I am thinking I can do something without Krishna. That is the first Maya, which is like avalanche effect in the mountain, snow mountain. That also it is happening in our life, avalanche effect. So this is how that is a small snowball that rolls and mix with the other snowball and become a big snowball and joins together and it turns into the avalanche effect. Similarly, our problem of small problems are like snowballs, it all accumulated and turned into a big one. So have an independent existence away from Krishna. This is what the Maya says. Krishna let him be the, so we say that Krishna, you be in the altar, let me be outside. I will not come inside the altar, you don't come out of the altar. So this is what our mind trickles, Maya trickles. I will arrange that Krishna, you are inside and I am outside. So Jiva Goswami says that the highest Maya can be cured by sound vibration. So we are all in Maya. Maya means we are independent of Krishna. The highest Maya is that one. We are independent of Krishna. So that can be cured by the sound vibration. And small Maya sometimes, that is people go crazy and mad. So that can also be cured by the sound vibration. So Prabhupada says that if a crazy person chants Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna is a crazy in the material way, then he get cured. And he can develop love of Godhead, which is like a transcendental craziness. So this is what outside people they consider that Hare Krishna devotees are crazy people. But we are the devotee, we know that they are crazy. So they are suffering, we are happy. So this we have to understand that. Jiva Goswami in Pranava, the sound vibration, he says that sometimes he calls it a Tara mantra. It means Pranava is like a boat. Okay, it's a boat we can cross over this material world, Bhavasagara. So this through the sound vibration we can cross over the Bhavasagara and go to spiritual world. It is also called Tara mantra, Taraka mantra. So there are different mantras are there. Asterisk mantras are Om Namo Narayana. Earlier also we come to know that Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So we call that also. Some people say Jai Ram, Krishna Hari. So all these holy names are all Lord and they are called Taraka mantras. So all these mantras which different institutions they chant, religion people are chanting, all they are all Taraka mantras. So Acharya says that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also a names of the Lord, but it is called Paraka mantra. The Taraka mantra means it can deliver them from the material world, free us from the clutches of Maya, material world, and send us to the spiritual world. This is Taraka mantra can do. What Paraka mantra can do is, Paraka mantra means while transferring us from the material world to spiritual world, it gives us a prema. So there's a huge difference. One transferring a person is something, but love is different, which is not done before. For you to understand better, when you are getting retired, that modern private companies, they send a small letter, okay, today is last day, tomorrow onwards don't come to office. This is the way they treat. That is called Taraka mantra. You will be just thrown out of the office from the next day onwards. There is no bondage. But good old days when the person is retired in a government job and all other institutions, they have given a very warm send-off party. All the employees, they gather, they glorify the person's contribution, give a big treat for him. He has been called, his whole family has been called for the party. So this is called Paraka Mantra. So hope that you understood. Taraka Mantra is just thrown out of you directly without any notice. So you will not get any prema. But Paraka Mantra is the one which is a warm send-off with a nice party is given. So you understand that that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us to us. Every incorporation given the Taraka Mantra. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the prema. He is not Vishnu or Krishna. He is in the mood of Radharani. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that Paraka Mantra, not Taraka Mantra, special gift. It was never given before. SrimadBhagavatam also starts with the Taraka Mantra Omkar. Sridhar Swami says, Omkara is Tara Ankura. Ankura means sprout. When you seed a seed in the ground, there is after some days a sprout comes out. So Ankura means it's a sprout. So seeds that derive from the material world. So the day we chant Omkar, that is the beginning of the outside of the material world. So we will be get liberated. So that's very important. Sukadeva Goswami begins with Om. Narada also begins with sloka with Om. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nam Nam Agari Bhagudani. So according to this, all the names of the Lord have the same potency of Lord. So there is no difference between Lord and its name. Hence Omkar also the same potency. So we have to understand that. In this sloka it's repeatedly given Omkar. So it is also Lord's name, so it has also got the same potency what other mantras are having. Omkara, we don't see Krishna or Radha. So to understand this, it's very, let's take an example. Here there is a speaker, we call them as a Bandhu. So there's a neophyte devotees come to the class and if you want to speak to that new speaker, Bandhu. So he don't know the name of the speaker, so he calls him, Prabhuji, could you just bear your pen? Sometimes he will call us, Saffron Prabhu, please give me a pen. Or he will say that, Spectacle Prabhu, please give me a pen. So he may be addressing the Prabhu in the name of Saffron or name of Spectacle. He's just Guna. He's not calling him a name, he's calling on the Guna. So, but the speaker doesn't feel offended. He understands that the neophyte devotee is addressing him only, so he gives what he wanted. So this is how that there are names are namas are also there are some names are guna also there. But when you call that Prabhuji on his name, he will feel very happy. Instead of calling him on a guna like a dress or the spectacle or identity of small, big, all the things. So similarly, you can call Supreme Personality of Godhead names as Vishnu, Achintaya, Adokshita, Anirudja, Nirvachana, Nirdeshaya. All these names are indirect names of the God. But he will not be happy if you call him on the such name. So teachings of Lord Chaitanya stated, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sukadeva Goswami says, Lord has two names. primary name and secondary name. The primary names are actually, it is connected with the devotee. Radhanath, Gopinath, Parthasarthi, Vrajaranjana, Giridhari. So it remains Krishna's relationship with the devotees, with those who call out of him personally. When he used these names, call out for Krishna, which remains Krishna about the devotees, whom they call directly. So you also call the same name. So Krishna is very pleased. That is called primary name. So then comes to the, what is meant by secondary name? The secondary names are significant glorification. Signifies the greatness of the Lord. So Omkar also such a secondary name. So it is not different from the holy name. But it has its own place in the hierarchy. So there are different hierarchies of the name. So Omkar also has its own hierarchy. So Sri Prabhupada says, anyone who chants Omkar, the holy name, meets directly in the sound form. Many incarnations of Lords are there. Lord incarnate in the forest called Naimisharanya. Lord incarnate in the form of hill, that is called Govardhan hill. Lord incarnates in the form of Veda, it is called Samaveda. Lord incarnates in the food, we call it as a Bhoga, Mahaprasad. Similarly, Lord incarnates in sound form, it is called holy name. So Bhagavad Gita 10.26, it says that, it is reassured that when we read Ramayana or Mahabharata, so there we see that Ashwamedha Yajna, Jyotisha Yajna, Rajashva Yajna, Vacho Yajna, out of all yajnas, the longest one, I am the yajna, that is Japa Yajna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Lord is in the name of, in the form of a Japa Yajna. In the first canto, SrimadBhagavatam says, Narada speaking to Vyasadeva, you want to meet Lord completely, please chant the holy name of the Lord. That is the mantra murti. He is the form of murti in the form of mantra, the sound form of the Lord. Narada Panchakshara, that's another book. There also there, Om Namo Narayana, he calls. So Mukunda Upanishad, there are Upanishads are there, in that one of the Mukha called Mukunda Upanishad. In that. All that sees, all one sees in this world is that it's the expansion of the spiritual potency, Omkar. Whatever we see is all the expansion of Omkar. One who knows Omkar and Vishnu are identical. Then he is no more lament or anchor for anything. So, person who chants Omkar and he realizes it's a Vishnu, then he will not anchor anything. He is self-satisfied. One who chants the Omkar, no more Sudra. Even a Sudra can chant Omkar. He is no more, he is a Brahmana, he turned into Brahmana. Think of that holy name of Hare Krishna, how important it is. Simply chanting Omkar, one can understand the whole universe to be the expansion of Lord's energy. By chanting the Omkar, you will understand that the whole universe is the expansion, Lord's expansion. The Supreme Lord is not different from the Brahmanda. So we know that Brahmanda, so he is non-different from the Omkar. It is energy of the Lord. By chanting Omkar, we can understand, we can see that Brahmanda. The Sikh Goswamis, they are saying that Trived Brahmakshara, in the sloka also there, Trived Brahmaksharam. So they say that Akara says the representation of Krishna. Ukara is a representation of Radharani. And Makara is a representation of Jivatma. The Om represents the totality of Supreme Lord. If you put all together, it's a totality of the Supreme Lord and eternal energy and separated energy. So eternal energy is Radharani, separated energy is the Jivatma. So in the Omkara, it is consists of Supreme Lord, Radharani and Jivatma. In Panchatattva, to understand even more better, in Panchatattva we say that it is same spiritual substance. No difference, then there is a difference also there. Srinivas Pandit is a Jiva Tattva. So Bhaktaya. Gadadhar Pandit is the Shakti Veda, Shakti Tattva, that is Bhakta Shakti. Advaita Acharya is Rudra Tattva or Bhakta Rupa. And Nityananda Prabhu is Bhakta Avatar, is Guru Tattva. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Ishvara, is Vishnu Tattva. So these are the five people, are five different forms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I want to taste the Seva Rasa, because there is a passage that where Rukmani says that you cannot realize that how we enjoy when we serve you. So that's why Krishna wants to see the rasa of servitor. So he takes the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wants to taste the Seva Rasa. When a Swami itself turns to servant, when Krishna turns into servant, then what will happen to the other servants? They also become a different servant. Krishna Kaviraj, who wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he mentioned that there is no difference, and then why there is a difference? There is a difference between difference and non-difference. The sort of that is to taste the different mellow of spiritual or devotional service. Just to experience the mellow of their devotional service, they are different and non-different. Advaita Acharya says that he glorifies the Lord, that the owner of all universes comes from him, and please give me salary of prema. So he is begging for the prema. That is from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a servant mood. He comes in a servitor mood. Nityananda is other Ishvara, he also comes in servitor mood. And Advaita Acharya also Ishvara, he also comes in the form of servitor mood. The Panchatattva, it starts with the Supreme Lord, Rupa of the Supreme Lord, Avatar of the Supreme Lord, internal potency of the Supreme Lord, and marginal potency of Supreme Lord. So Supreme Lord is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa is Nityananda, Avatara is Advaita Acharya, internal potency is Gadadhara, and marginal potency is Shiva. So that's how we can understand. Similarly, the Omkar is a complete. So we know that Panchatattva all are present. Similarly, Omkar also we can see complete. That is Krishna, Radha and Jiva. So that's why it has got the same potency of Mahamantra. Set us free from this material world. So if you go to the doctor, no, they give for a headache or fever some aspirin or Dolo for 55. Different tablets they give. But all solve the purpose of your fever, cold, cough, everything. So it comes in a different form. Some are more potency, some are less potency. For children, they did not give the same strong dosage like adults. Similarly, here also different Mahamantras are there, different mantras are there, different mantra has different potency. That we have to understand. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is arguing with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So he says that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, SrimadBhagavatam, who knows who is Krishna? You people give importance to Gaura Vakya and Lahu Vakya. Is Omkar is a Ishwar Murti. Holy name is a complete. Omkar is A-U-Ma. So, A-U-M. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's also arranged Krishna, Radha, that is Krishna, Hare and Rama. These are the things are artistically way of arranging. So that's why it is very sweet. When you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra is artistically arranged three words. Krishna, Hare, Rama. That's why we are getting the stage. Hare means Radharani. When mantra is the Supreme Lord and its internal potency. Both are there. That's why it is so much potency. Then it's a complete mantra. Hare Krishna mantra is very, very important. There is a Nama Ashtakam. So, like Chaurashtakam we heard, Damodar Ashtakam we heard, many Ashtakam we heard it. Similarly, Rupa Goswami sang Nama Ashtakam. Of all Veda, of all the things, Veda is worshipable. Of all Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads are worshipable. Upanishad, 108 Upanishads are there. If you compose a mala, like when you stitch a mala, you take all best flowers. Similarly, when these Upanishads are stitched in a series of garlands, which is a transcendental vibration coming from the material world, that is worshipable toenail of Harinam. So Harinam is a toenail and that gives the effulgence. So Harinam is not an ordinary. Like Yudhishthira is a Pandava Kula, Durva is called Atona Kula. Similarly, Mukta Kula also there. Mukta Kulas are the people who are Sukadeva Goswami, Narada Muni and four Kumaras. They come under Mukta Kula. So, I Mukta Kulanam. So, there's a sloka comes to that. They worship the holy name. I take shelter of that holy name. So, that means they take the shelter of the holy name. The holy name looks very simple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, it looks very simple. But it is manifestation of Supreme Lord for this Kali Yuga. So that's why he is manifested when Lord left it in Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga started, there he manifested for us only. He is in the form of sound vibration. It has a holy name of Krishna, holy name of the Radha. If somebody is not purified, then indirect mantra, that is Pranava mantra, Omkar is given. So we know that fallen souls, they cannot able to, like if you see that Ramayana, Narada Muni meets the writer, Ramayana writer, Valmiki, he is unable to, he is hunter and dacoit, so he is unable to pronounce the name of Rama, so he gave the Mara. So similarly, people who are fallen soul, who is not able to chant a holy name, then Omkar has been given so that they can get the benefit out of it. Then indirect mantra, Pranava mantra, Omkar is given. Krishna says, I am in the Omkar. So in Bhagavad Gita is given. Bhagavad Gita 8.13, Krishna says, Om Akshara, one remembers and chants Omkar, leave the body, he attains the spiritual world. He is giving assurance. Even if you chant Omkar, he will go to the spiritual world. One doesn't know who is the Supreme Lord and calls him indirectly, till Krishna acknowledges. For you to understand, in Gajendra Mukti, Gajendra was calling the, he is not calling Lord Narayana or Krishna. He is calling all the indirect names. Guna Lila, you are that, you are this. Like that he is going on glorifying it. He is calling. But Krishna considers that he is innocent, he is not connected with his devotees, he don't know the direct name, but still he personally comes. He could have sent his indirect help by sending his devotees, pure devotees to help him, or Sudarshana to help him. But instead of that, he comes directly on the Garuda Vagan and he catch the crocodile and rescue the Gajendra and give him mukti. So even the Vishwanath Thakura say that in one of the in other yugas for the same Leela Gajendra Mukti where Krishna sees that even Garuda will fly slow speed. So he before that itself he comes and rescue that Gajendra. So his Lord is so compassionate. We have to understand that. In Krishna book chapter 84, the prayer offered by the Vedas to Krishna, of all the qualities, the most important quality is compassion. So we have got Jivatma got 50 qualities, Shiva got 54 qualities, Vishnu got 60 qualities, and Krishna got 64 qualities. So out of 64 qualities, one of the highest is the compassion. The purpose is that when someone calls directly or indirectly, Krishna doesn't use the sloka, ye prapatte se tamsata. So he just simply comes due to compassion on Jivatma. So he won't differentiate, he just simply comes. SrimadBhagavatam says that Sanatana Goswami he writes that he offered Mangalacharan to Krishna, Radha, Yamuna, Govardhan, everybody. In the first sloka he says that all glories to Krishna and your lotus feet. O Lord, you are the ocean of compassion. He glorifies that. Why does Krishna come to this world? Generally we ask it. So Acharya says that Krishna appears in this world to give dharma. Krishna comes here to give the dana, give charity, love towards his own lotus feet. So conclusion of today's sloka is, let us all pray. Maybe we developing some affection towards Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because Hare Krishna Mahamantra got everything and in this Mahamantra. So the conclusion of that. So even people who are fallen, if they pronounce the Omkar mantra also, they get liberated. Similarly, Maha mantra, the difference between other mantras and Maha mantra is that other mantras will liberate you from the material world to spiritual world, but Maha mantra not only liberate you from material world to spiritual world, it gives prema also. That is the conclusion of today's sloka. Thank you. SrimadBhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.